Hi guys, and welcome to another match preview. Today we're looking at the England versus Poland match. This is going to be played on Tuesday on the 15th of October at Wembley Stadium, and the kickoff time is 8 o'clock. It is of course a World Cup qualifying game and very crucial for England's chances to get through. In fact, the deciding game. Poland, I'm afraid, they cannot get through even more, not even to the playoffs. Very disappointing for them. They've got some quality players, including Lewandowski, Blaszczykowski and Artur Boruc, but they just haven't done well this campaign, but we'll look into why. So moving on to the table, we can see England are currently top by 1 point ahead of Ukraine. They have a 25 goal difference, so if Ukraine were to draw level with them on points, it's unlikely they would take ahead on goal difference, although Ukraine are playing San Marino. England are playing Poland, as I've just said, and Poland we can see are on 13 points, not doing very well. So because Poland can't qualify, you could argue that they'll have nothing to lose and will play better effectively, but we'll see how it goes. Montenegro in 3rd and Moldova in 5th, and of course San Marino in 6th with 1 goal, and that came against Poland, I believe. So moving on to my predicted squad lineups. Starting with England, I'm going for a 4-2-3-1, quite attacking formation, just the two CDMs holding the midfield in terms of defence. Going through the team, start with Hart. He's had a few shaky performances in the last few weeks, but no doubt he's England's number one, although Fraser Foster has played very well for Celtic in the last few months, so if anyone's to challenge him, it's him. But yeah, he's got to go to the team. Cahill and Jagielka, quite a new partnership. Seem to be playing pretty well. They're only conceded, let's have a quick look, only conceded 4 goals in this whole campaign, but there might have been a bit of switch at centre back in those games. But anyway, they've been pretty solid. Cahill, very good player, plays for Chelsea, and Jagielka for Everton. Very good internationals. Now moving on to our right back, where I predict Jones will play. Could be Jones or Smalling. Now it would either be Johnson or Kyle Walker, but Johnson is injured, I believe, and Kyle Walker got a yellow card against Montenegro, so is suspended for this game. Very silly challenge. So I think Jones is better than Smalling, so I've put him there. Moving on to our left back, it would normally be Ashley Cole, but Baines will take his place as Ashley Cole is injured as well. Baines is a more than capable player. Going forward, he's probably better than Ashley Cole in my opinion, and he's not that bad a defender either. In fact, very good defender. Moving on to our two centre mids, or CDM. Start with Michael Carrick, the Manchester United player. Absolutely fantastic player, very underrated. Likes to sit in that hole between the midfield and the defence and keep the play moving effectively, and from time to time deliver a very good ball to the attackers for them to go and score. Very solid player there, and I know Lampard scores a lot more goals, but I just think Carrick is a better all-round player. Moving on to Gerrard, quality player. He's been an international for about 10 years now. He's got long shots, he's very commanding in the middle of the park, tells teammates what to do, and he's got great passing. Very, very good player. There's no doubt that he would be in the team. So, good 2 CDMs there. Now, moving on to the attack, we'll start with Andros Townsend, who had an absolutely fantastic game against Montenegro. Scored a goal and was all round a very good player, creating runs down the right and taking on defenders. Good choice by Roy Hodgson there. And I believe he'll start again. Theo Walcott is injured, so it seems like the obvious choice now, especially after that performance. So he'll be played in right mid / right wing. Moving on to our left mid / left wing, it's Danny Welbeck. Now he will cut inside from time to time, as will Townsend to be on, and play more through the centre. But Welbeck, very hard-working player. He's not been the best finisher in the last few years, but very good player in terms of strength and speed, and will always come back to help the defence out. Not really anyone else I would put there for England. We don't really have quality in that area of the pitch, so Welbeck is a perfect candidate. Now moving on to our 2 strikers, where I've put Rooney just behind Sturridge, as he tends to come back more and help out the midfield. Rooney, quality player, you all know, plays for Manchester United. striker, and just he's probably our best player, to be honest. And him and Sturridge, a link-up play, could be deadly in the coming years / months. And if we get to the World Cup, I'm sure there will be the partnership. Very good players. Sturridge in form for Liverpool, scoring lots of goals, and Rooney is as well. So very good team there. So that's the England lineup, guys. Yeah, very solid lineup if they play. Now moving on to the Poland lineup, predicted lineup, which to be honest I'm not too familiar with. I know a few players, of course, Lewandowski, Blaszczykowski, Artur Buruk, but apart from that, not too many players. So I had to do a bit of research. So yeah, let's get started. And the pronunciation, I'm afraid, is going to be awful. To start with our right back, where we have I can't even pronounce that. I'll just call him Woj for now, okay? So it's Woj at right back. Quite a young player, I believe, and he's very solid. Played well against Ukraine, but they did come away with a loss from that. Yeah, so it wasn't the best match. Two centre backs are Glick and Jedrzejczyk, and they are very young, I believe. I think Jik's about 23. Not too sure about the other one. And yeah, very young defence in general. Zaluka, not too sure on his age, but I'm pretty sure he's quite an experienced player, and he plays in left back. Not the best player in the world, but there's no one else to really replace him. Obviously Piszczek will normally get in the team, but he is out injured for 5 months, so he can't play there. Now moving on to our CDMs, we have Krychowiak, who is a fantastic CDM. Know a bit about this guy. Plays in League 1, I believe. It's just a solid CDM, a bit like Michael Carrick. Keeps the ball moving and makes very good tackles and sliding tackles when needed. Moving on to Lewandowski, who is centre mid, not related to Robert Lewandowski at all, I believe. He's also a very good player, very good passer, and not too much pace, but he just keeps play moving and solid overall. Moving on to Sabota, very, very fast. We've got a very fast attack. Sabota very fast. He's going to be making runs behind the England defence, and that'll cause a lot of trouble. Not too old. I think he's about 26, if I'm correct. And him and Blaszczykowski will make a formidable attack. So watch out for those two. That's what England need to watch out for. Basically, them two are going to be really quick. Moving on to our centre attacker mid, who is Cleach. Cleach, can't really pronounce it. I'm sorry again. I apologise for that. Very good passer, likes basically the guy that sets up Lewandowski. Obviously Lewandowski, fantastic player, plays for Borussia Dortmund at the minute, but is likely to go to Bayern Munich in the summer. He was meant to go this summer. He was annoyed that he didn't go this summer. I don't think Borussia Dortmund let him, but I'm pretty sure he will go in the next transfer window, if not after. So yeah, that's the Poland lineup. Again, kind of 4-2-3-1, but Lewandowski centre mid is likely to push forward a bit, so the other CDM will be a bit more centred. So there's the Poland lineup, and there's the England lineup. Okay, so moving on to our key men in these matches. Starting with England, we have Rooney, Sturridge, Carrick and Hart. Starting with Rooney, obviously he's our best player in my opinion. He's the one that's going to score a goal out of nowhere, and he's just the best player. He's good at free kicks, good at penalties, good at all-round play, good at set-up play, good at passing. He's just the best skill player we have. Him and Sturridge are vital for our attack. We need them to start gelling in the coming years. So hopefully we can score lots of goals. Look promising against Montenegro, so hopefully we will do well. Moving on to Michael Carrick, who, as I've said, basically just keeps the ball moving. Nothing flashy, but very, very good player. Makes the odd good pass as well forward to the attackers, and they can go and score a goal. And finally, Joe Hart, as I've said, not had the best performances the last few weeks, but is a solid keeper and is likely to have a lot of shots from the likes of Lewandowski and Blaszczykowski, and he needs to be on form to save them. So yeah, that's the 4 key men I've picked out of England. Moving on to Poland, we have Lewandowski, obviously the striker, best player of the team in my opinion. Just absolutely clinical. Remember, he scored 4 goals in the Champions League last season, I believe. So good. He's hold-up play is good as well. He's got everything. He's got technique, he's got skill, he's got pace, he's got passing. Fantastic striker. Then we move on to Krychowiak, the CDM, as I've mentioned. Very solid, just keeps play moving, keeps passed around. If he needs to go back to the defence, he'll pass it back to the defence, but he also makes a good passing. Moving on to the keeper, which is Artur Boruc. Plays for Southampton, I believe, and is a very good player. Picked ahead of Wojciech Szczesny against Ukraine, so is likely to start again. He's going to have so many shots to deal with from the like of Rudy, Sturridge, Welbeck and Townsend, so we'll need to be informed to save them. And finally, Blaszczykowski. Absolutely rapid, the fastest player in the game probably when it plays, and Baines will need to be wary of him, but I believe Baines is more than capable of stopping him. But Blaszczykowski could unleash a shot on his left foot if he wants to. So yeah, they're the key men in the team. And finally on to the prediction for this game. I believe it will be 2-0 to England. I just believe England are at Wembley. They're going to have the home ground behind them, even though there'll be about 15,000 Poland fans. Poland don't have anything to play for apart from pride. They can't get into the World Cup anymore, which is a shame because I think they are a great team. So yeah, England are a great team, and I just think they'll win. They've got more skill in the middle of the park, and the defence is a lot more solid compared to Poland. Poland not playing for anything, as I've said, because they can't get through. And yeah, I reckon Roy Hodgson will pick the correct starting 11. So 2-0 to England, and Rooney and Sturridge to score, I believe. So yeah, it's a shame about Poland because they're a fantastic team. They've got some good players, but maybe the defence is a bit suspect at times. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed that video. Leave a like if you want, and subscribe if you want to see more. Also, hope you're enjoying the reviews at the minute, and send me a message if you want me to review a certain player or preview a match. Goodbye.